Good morning, Prof. Actually, it's very early for me, 2:30, but I'm very thankful for this time. And I finished it, Prof, and I will show you and share this with you. Yeah, so my entire process was completely on, what do you say, AWS. So this whole project, so it was a large machine. So that's 50 GB. So I used up 20, so that's good. And I have done 3 installations of UAT, dev, and crop production, Professor. So if we do Docker PS, there's so many processes running in the background, and SonarQube is here. Grafana is running. Then I have Prometheus and Grafana. That's a Docker Compose running. I have again Prometheus running, and here I have node server underscore UAT, So actually I have 3 environments. One is UAT, dev, and prod. So, but I kind of started off with UAT, so that's where I did a lot of work, and then I pushed this to the other 2 environments, So that's a good deployment. And if we go here, these are, so I have many, I have tried many projects, but here are the final. So my app underscore dev, my app underscore UAT. So if I go here, so right now I already have node server UAT running. I will just show you what it's like. I have Grafana running, and this is my application, Professor. This is my database that I'm holding. It's an employee database. So if I click one, view an employee, submit. Here my employee name is here, one Uday George. If I click employee number 2, should Jeff Bezos. Yeah, that's my employee. And then add a new employee, update, delete. So that's the database prof. And if I go to another environment, let's see if I have the tier 2, yeah. And this is the dev environment. Do I have it up? Okay, it's not up. So just this is up. And we have the Grafana running. So we have here all the dashboard, and we can choose different parameters for monitoring, and there's so many things we can do. Yes, and here we can have all our dashboards and have our Grafana and see what we want to see. Yep. So so this is how complex it is, and also I also have one part which I did for completion. It's SonarQube. That also I've done it, Prof. So I call this project NPM, and I ran NPM also. I ran this project on the my app, the Node.js folder, So it checked everything, and it's all good to go. And I can tell you, Prof, that I had a lot of trouble with this. That's because the Docker Compose projects that I originally downloaded, like for MySQL, they had severe issues with Docker, and it wanted version 3.8. I finally managed to get version 2.2 after a lot of effort, and it's because the Docker Compose is not maintained well, Prof. That's why it's not organized and maintained, and there's so many differences for such a simple thing, like dependency. We should not have these many difficulties, just that they haven't organized it well, I think. And I tried this, and I had so many errors I've documented, and I've had dependency problems. So that was the main thing, Prof. One part would execute well, the next part would have a dependency problem. Yeah. So that was kind of the main thing I've had. And so I'm going to go straight to our project. So we'll go straight to my app. So I'm going to go to cd my app underscore UAT. So this is the app prof. So VIGO app.js, and here, yeah. So it does everything else: metrics, Prometheus, Morgan, Health Connect. But what we're adding in addition is the SQL Lite3 database, and here's our DB file, database/employees.db, and it creates a table if it doesn't exist. It uses this index, uses this users, and it has these three, and then it goes to this page called form.html, and that's what we have seen. So this is form.html. Yep, this is the database form, and this was created using CSS. So this was not easy, Prof, because we can't create a text box and all that. It needs CSS. So someone has to read. The learning path is very great for a Node.js, Prof. I thought I could easily put a HTML box, but no, it wanted a proper CSS file. It wanted everything coded well. I think once we cross that learning barrier, maybe then we can play with it easily. So, and then for each of these tabs, we have SQL code, delete, for adding, for viewing. So each section of the app has this code. And if you go to database, here is the actual database, and there's a way to look at it. All we have to do is SQL Lite3, and we say employees.db. And this takes us right into the table and database. So we just select stuff from and this is because I know this. I know this database, but if we just say tables, do you think it would show? Yep, dot table. So everything just dot show, dot help. Yeah, it's quite different actually. Very interesting. Are they trying to make this like Postgres? Yeah, so that's the DB. So to exit, it's Control D. So that's our DB. So this, once this DB is populated, we want to push it to our lower environments. Actually, I should go to the prod. So this is what I'll do, Prof. Because I already have UAT running here. And at port 301, I'll create prod at port 303, maybe 303. Yes, so here I have all the code ready. Dev will go at 302, that's fine. But this I will make it at 303, just because port 3000 is a very in-demand port for Grafana, Prof. So I don't want to rush with that port. So what I'll do is I'll go here. I'm going to build out the Docker file for production. Yeah. Okay. Okay. CD my app. Right. Right. Run this in the background with ampersand symbol. Oh, okay. So we can just see Docker. Yes. Let's see it. Where is it? Yeah, this must be the one. Yes, 303. Okay, let's just go check it out. So here we have 301. So we don't want to confuse that. So, okay, let me open a new window. So 34. Okay. There you go, Prof. Oh, okay. I got it. So now I'm going to change UAT to prod. So let me do that first. So, so okay, I want to check one more thing. So UAT prod. The other thing I want to check is form one. Yes, this is correct. So this is the employee database. It's not UAT, it's prod. And I'll show you the difference between the other UAT machine website, and that is here it is, yes. So this says UAT very clearly. So that's how we differentiate, Prof. This UAT, its database is different. The form itself is different. So that's 301 UAT. And now if we go to 303, it's the actual production. So this is what we have here. So let's see if we submit. Very good, very good. We have this here. So we have that running. Now, yeah, so we have this. Now what we want to do is, I want to go, I'll just change, modify a few things. That's routes. Next.js. We should not say UAT. It should say God. Right. So Docker PS. Docker stop. So I'm going to stop just this one. So the name of this node, so Goofy Dhawan. Yes. Huh? Oh, great the one, Goofy the one. Okay, yes. So I'm going to run this again. Okay. Yes, now it's called Intelligent Goldberg. Very interesting. So I go here, TFG, I just say from, huh. Express. Right. UAT. I hope I've saved it, so I go back. And so I want to just start it. To stop Intelligent Goldberg. That's a cool name. Yeah, so I think I'll just go here. I built this node server manager. Yes. Maybe I should wait for each one to finish, you know. I think I rushed very fast. And I rushed too fast, you know, and then I'll do a build. Then I have to do a run. 303 MST nodes. Yes, right. So now it's here. Okay, jovial surely. Right, so now do this. Perfect. So this is the production. So there's no UAT, and now I give form one. Perfect. Professor, it's done here. So that's my first one. That's running. And then also I will push this out to the dev instance. So that'll be my app. Just go dev. You know? So this is also here. So first thing to do is app.js. Make sure everything's right. SQLite here, SQL. Oh, SQLite's not here. Right. And then I'll see if the browser is public. See, that's also not here. So I'm going to go and then copy from UAT to dev, and I'm going to do remove minus R, my app, let's go dev, dev. Then I'm going to copy minus R, my app configurity to my app underscore dev. See my app underscore dev. Perfect. Now we go app.js. Actually, there shouldn't be much to do here because everything is identical at this part, so there's nothing that would differentiate UAT from dev and test. So let's go to public. Let's say we have form.html. So this is dev, right? So here we'll go here. Okay, let's just put in dev employee database here. Yeah, perfect. We go here. So we go to route index. Oh, perfect. So here it's just perfect. So we go here back here. So yeah. So now I'm going to 303 is taken. So I'll just for dev it's 302. Perfect. I won't run to me at the same time. I'll just run time. Okay. Let's over dev. Perfect. Right, so it's later tag. Okay. Let me here. 10%. So we have yes. Lots of process running, of course. Yes, 302. Yes, so we go here. So what do you want? 302. So go maybe I should separate them. So 34. Perfect. Professors Dev Express, welcome to Dev Express. And here, if I go to form one, I have the employee database. I have so I have form ready to go. The details. So that's the one. Now we're adding Prometheus to the mix. So I go to UAT and yeah, it's out ready. Is it 9090? Is it what's it? I have it open already. Express. Streets of pages one. Right, but the Grafana is here, but there's another port for 34, and I think that is 9,000. Yes. Oh, 9,000 is so it must be 1990. Yep, that's right, Professor. It's port 1990 for Prometheus, and we can execute whatever queries we want. We can add a graph, and it's graph, and that's the That's what we have here. And then we have at 3000, we have this port. So we can assign actually three different, if you want, to three different environments for each to display everything. So ideally, we can take the database from production and then clean the data and move it to UAT if that's a database way to do things. But otherwise, it's very simple. Here in our case, we're just taking the entire DB and pushing it off to UAT and dev in one shot. And then we're launching. We're just modifying a few parameters here. And again, we're using Docker to run them, And yeah, this Helm install node server and use the chart also can be done. And I've done that also. Oh. And then there's the SonarQube. So we've seen SonarQube in action for UAT. And I could run it here. I'll run SonarQube for dev, probably for dev. What is this? 3003, shall we do 3002? Yeah, okay, so that's 3002. So here is on one. Perfect. So let's see if we can run this on dev. Yeah, let's do this. So I wrote a small script to initialize SonarQube. And how do we, yeah, so we go here. Right, so SonarQube's already up, actually. It's already up. Here it is, SonarQube. So we're going to open a new project. Is this one? Yes, create new project. So I'll call this npm dev. Yeah, perfect. npm dev setup. Npm dev. Can we use the existing now? So to continue using this, I've already downloaded. So this is it. Okay, right. So as long as Sonar Scanner, perfect. It's in the path directly. So I'm just going to say which Sonar Scanner, perfect. So I'm going to now launch this here. New token and see. Oh, but port 9000 is taken, isn't it? So stop. No. Okay, let's just continue. Let's see. I'm wondering if there's going to be a clash of ports, that because all these ports are taken, at least 6 ports are taken immediately, and with SonarQube that'll be 9, and with Grafana, Prometheus, probably around 12 ports are taken in there with 3 environments. So let's see, where's my oh, here we go. npm dev. No issues, hooray. Okay. Security hotspot, so nothing. No measures. No measures. Code activity. No. Okay, yes. Resolution. Okay. So it looks pretty clean because it's just SQLite and Node, and it's Node.js and Express, of course. So that's how we monitor this, and then everything is pushed out to Grafana and Prometheus, and we can have multiple ports to monitor multiple environments. I'm just seeing if I can, okay, here is one more thing. Right, I'm going to open a new Grafana port for just for this, So we'll go VA doc. I don't want to. Yeah. So where's the 3000? It's using 3000 again. Can I use a port here? 3000. Can I use 3010 or 3100? Oh, wow. So that's 3100, right? Let's see if it works. Interesting. Actually, yes, that's why the ports are very important here. And the thing is, I didn't change the Prometheus. That's why it didn't work. And it must be very confused now, you know. So that's the thing. We need to have like ports here for both Prometheus. So 9090 is the port for Prometheus. That's for prod. So for dev, it'll be 1991 or 1993, and we need to change that. So that's the one thing. But we do have it running for UAT, so we know that it works fine. And we have SonarQube also working perfectly for dev and prod. Um, yes, yes, Professor. That's how we deploy our app, and we have seen that we're easily able to deploy using um, using Docker and node server, and we are able to monitor with Prometheus and Grafana, and we are able to test with SonarQube. But there were lots of problems, Prof, because I tried to get Docker Compose to initialize both of them in one shot, and it did not do it, you know. So there were times when there's a MySQL instance would come up, Node.js would not come up. In another other time, the Node.js would come up, but then it would exit with error code of 1. So it was the code they have is imperfect, and Docker Compose changes from Docker side. So I don't know why they should change the syntax, you know, so that's killing code deployment, Professor. So that's what I've learned, and I've also installed all this code here, npm SQLite body parser, Helmet, all this into the application. And I've worked with these tools, Professor, and here I have it. I have the Grafana, and here is the screenshots, and here's my database with CSS and HTML. Not easy, Prof. It was not easy. I wanted something simpler, and the Docker Compose projects didn't work, so I just took this, and we're able to put in all this and be able to run. Thank you, Prof. So that's my project. Thank you very much.